Hello everybody, this is Frogman. Welcome back to Create Astral. Last time we kind of worked through this section in the corner down here to mess around with a Tinker's Foundry or a Hephaestus Foundry, and we will be using that later on to do a little bit of automation for a few things. It's currently sitting right where I left it, and I have not touched this thing. Well, I think I did a little bit of mining off camera, but that's about all we've done since the last time. So let's take a little bit further on look into some more of Chapter 3. So Chapter 3, we have two lines that they have set up for us that we're supposed to kind of follow along, and that will allow us to kind of do stuff towards end game. According down here, like we have a look what looks to be a bunch of steel that we have to work on, and a few other things. So top line up here is where we're going to start getting into the one block wonder machines and power. Now, in order to do anything with applied energistics, we're going to need some form of power. Now, I'm pretty sure applied energistics probably has its same old little generator thing that it has in it, but you're probably going to be wanting to be more interested in trying to use some of the power production that you can make through Create and through well, whatever we've got up here as far as Tech Reborn. So what we're going to do today is we're going to kind of work through this little section and then maybe see if we can't get into some of this stuff because, well, there's some really nice tools up here that I wouldn't mind having, and I wouldn't mind having a couple of these other things down here. And again, we can just kind of work our way down through these lines towards that rocket. This is going to require us to do a couple of automations, so we can start looking at it first off. We did this on the moon several episodes ago, so we ended up getting getting a few things, and then of course I've managed to find several of the other items without having to craft them. As always, it seems like most packs they tend to give you all kinds of really good things if you're willing to go look for them. So we have several basic machine frames and several silver plates, which is where these two little check lines come in. So we need to be able to make more of the well, I really want to be able to make more of these what are these things right here, these basic storage units. They're fantastic. They can hold an awful lot of stuff, and it's come into a very much handy lately for especially for us as far as moving a lot of stuff around. So I do want to try to get towards doing that. So in order to do that, we need to be able to make circuits, which is going to be an integrated circuit. And if we look down the line, there are several of these integrated circuits that we're going to have to be able to make eventually. So we start with the basic thing here, which is we need to take a lapis sheet and pour molten silver on it, smack two pieces of copper wire on it, and then hit it with a press, and then repeat that time over and over again 6 times. In order to be able to get a lapis sheet, you just take an entire block of lapis and you hit it once with one of those things. That's painful, and I'm not gonna lie on that end of it. That is kind of painful considering the fact that it is lapis. I don't know how many of these we're going to need to be able to make over a period of time, but there is a quest right here to make 128 of them. Near as I can tell, can we go over here, please? As near as I can tell, they're only going to be mainly used for a lot of, well, I mean, a lot of the stuff that we're going to be seeing here fairly soon. So we'll see how many we absolutely have to make, but it looks like just about everything that we're going to need it for, especially if I want to be able to make, well, electric motors or alternators, i.e. power, something that we can turn into other things, then yeah, we're going to need to start making these things right now. So let's go toss that. I'll just start with 64 of them. We'll toss this in here into the plate making machine, and then that wheel should start going bang, bang. I turned the volume down finally on all of the machines so you don't have to listen to the screaming noises of the game. Thank you very much. Essential plate number 2. Then we need to be able to build all of this little stuff. So I've got to make a couple of deployers, another one of these, and a molten spout silver kind of thing. And I think there's even further on that we're going to have to do here fairly soon because I think it's this one. The tier casing, these casings here, they're silver as well as being added a little bit of a rubber smacked on top of it, and again hit 4 times. So we're gonna have to build some recursive lines, which means I'm either going to be ripping this out because I thought that was a good place for it, or we'll move it on down this line. So all of those little kinds of things. So like I need to go back and re-automate the rubber casing, I believe, not that one. It is what is the world here doing? Give me this. There we go. I need to re-automate this, which isn't too terribly hard to do. So what I'll probably end up doing here fairly soon, or maybe like right now off camera, is We'll get all of our casings automated so that all you have to do is just toss in a specific amount of thing and maybe flip a switch or something like that, and it'll pull out what you want as you want to do it in between here and there. So we need to get these going, and then we need to start making a lot of other things. So I'm going to let that complete, get some parts together, and we'll come back. Alrighty, we're waiting on a couple of things to get done. I've got a bunch of stuff sorted, and we can kind of take a look at it. We've got to kind of wait on these to kind of come through. We need at least a couple of stacks of that stuff, but I do have a full stack of lapis sheets. We'll go ahead and automate those as we get the chance to do so. Give me the last 4 of those, please. So we'll take 2 stacks of those. So what I've gone ahead and done is I went ahead and added in a few more of the little things that I probably should have had already automated to kind of start utilizing some of the things that we need to do. And I kind of made this one a little bit off because I have all this stuff right here that was going to get into the way. But we now have reasonably decent automation for certain things like the precision mechanism. So essentially what you do is you stick the most of the parts that you need in here. Well, stick some of the parts in here, and then you stick some of the other parts in here. Essentially the gears, the dash ingots or the nuggets, and all that kind of stuff. And then we're going to start finally using these mechanical arms. So like on this process here, what this mechanical arm is going to do, if I can get this out of my face, you place the excess stuff in here, the depot or that funnel then drops it on the depot. This arm grabs it and puts it up into any one of these funnels up here, which correspond to the specific kind of thing on the back in here. And then it kind of does this circular motion where once we put in a little bitty gold sheet, it gets stamped with the parts that it needs to. It spits that part out on that depot. This mechanical arm grabs it, places whatever comes out of here into this box over, well, onto that depot or into those funnels, because of the fact that there are several things that can possibly happen when you're doing this. One thing I have noticed with the precision mechanisms, and maybe it's just me, the slower the belts run, the slower the machine runs, the less chance you have, seems like, to fail. Now, it might just be my eyeballs just saying things or watching things, but I went ahead and tested it and had it run, I forget, what is it, like 6 or 7 of those things, and none of them failed. So I kind of hand-fed this and let it kind of wander around so that I could make a few of these mechanical arms. So a mechanical arm, for those of you that don't know, is just a precision mechanism, brass casing, and a little bit more stuff going on. So things we can make. Now that we have access to those, I guess I should probably go ahead and claim that because it's an amazing little thing. Yay, mechanical arms. They're usable for doing all kinds of things, plus they're a way of narrowing down machines because technically this should be a lot wider to get the return back on it. You can do the same thing, you can just do it with belts like we had over there originally, but you can use a mechanical arm to kind of narrow things up. So it legitimately, I guess I could put it right in here so it'll only be 2 wide, and all it's doing is moving parts from over here to over there. It's sorting for us as well. So it's, like I said, it's in the mechanical process here, this one right here, we can end up with many different things. We can end up with an incomplete mechanism, which will get put back over here and run back through the system. We can end up with the cogs and gears and all those kinds of things up there. We can even end up with the nuggets. So what it'll do is it'll figure out whatever comes out of there and put it in the appropriate location, which is kind of nice. And, it's kind of gone on and done a few other things. So I went ahead and did the same thing down here with a similar process for the copper casings. Then we went ahead and set up a very simple little system to be able to produce the brass casing. So you just come over here with your copper casing that you made in here, you drop it in that chest, you place your brass ingots in there, and you flick a lever on. You're going to have to do your math when you do it, but again, we have a little bitty melter that is powered with lava taking care of that problem here. Same difference with this mess. So now we're making the electron tubes. Electron tubes need a little bit more fun. You've got a deployer that has to, well, I'm doing the full thing because the rose quartz, if we need to make quartz for anything else, rose quartz, this stuff right here, we're making that right off with a deployer, and then it's immediately being, where is it? So it has rose gold poured right on top of it. If we need to, we can make something else for this little process that will allow us to do some other things, because that's how you make deployers. I've been just kind of handcrafting those as I need them, so it's not a humongous pain in the tail to do, but I can automate that point now if we want to. And again, another melter, rose gold. Basically what we'll do with that is we'll use the basin down there, we'll mix the 2 alloys together, we'll pour ingots, and then I'll just put ingots in this system. So the same old kind of deal, you just feed it the way it goes. So what we're going to do for the rest of the episode is, well, we're going to attempt to get into this little section right here. I want to try to make one of these today, if we can make one of them today. The problem is it's a standard machine frame, which I think we can do. Lead plates, lead I think is an alloy, correct? Oh, I'm an idiot. I thought I needed lead to do this, but then I got to remember there's other recipes that we can do to make standard machine casing. So we be automating this later on once I get to that point where I need to automate it, which we've got a few of these to get us through a few things. So let's go ahead and work on integrated circuits, or I guess that's what they're called, circuits. We're going to build a similar kind of fashion that we already have. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in various materials and we're going to let the thing kind of work. So I'm just going to pretty much copy this idea. So what we do is we go over here to where this chest is, grab all of our stuff, and I need to go grab a bunch of the parts that we need. I forgot to bring my toolboxes. Let's grab toolboxes, please. Thank you. And then we can build a couple of things. This whole process, the way that I'm building these things, I am doing it with applied energistics in mind, which is why we've got a kind of an input and an output system. So I'm not intending for Create to do a lot of its basic mechanical kind of stuff. So where are my toolboxes? I need you, and I need a you, and we're going to need some of that, some of that, some of those, some of those, some of... That's fine. Give me some of those, and some of those, and really just screw up our inventory. It's amazing. Actually, let's go ahead and put that stuff away so we don't have to worry about it right now. So first step, we need to be able to spout molten silver onto a belt. So let's go ahead and get this started. Where did I do with my blocks? Again, really well put together today. All right, so similar to what I've been doing over here, we place one of those down, we move a couple of things around. We got a line over here that's going to do just simple, easy stuff like that. Given the distance and the width, this is how I kind of want to play with these things. So I'm going to put a corner chest that's going to do the just basic containment of things. We'll do a belt right there. You know I love these things. Why? Where's my hammer? Okay, let's try this. That should just help a little bit. There we go. And then we're going to run a belt this direction. So the process here, not the alternator. We don't want to do that. We want to do the integrated circuit. So an integrated circuit's going to require molten silver plus 2 deployers and a stamp in the process, which is going to get this pretty tight. So I want to put a copper chest down here, and I guess we'll put one over there for funsies as well, just so that we know what we're doing. Put a depot down, and then wire some of this stuff up. Brass funnel I want to be right here because we're going to need to be able to filter a couple of things. And then I'm going to just put one right there because it works a little bit better, a little bit faster. Andesite funnels, just to save on resources because, you know, they're kind of cheap compared to these other things. Of course, now that I have that right there done, it's a lot easier to make them now. So, spout, I hope I have enough room. We don't, do we? Can I put that spout right there? Interesting. I wonder if that'll work. Now, deployer, mechanical press. I mean, we'll see what happens. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I would assume... I mean, if nothing else, we can test this out because I've never tried that right there. I might even... Well, this one's going to be fun to run. We're going to have to... probably going to have to do a little bit of goofy with the actual power connection, so that's going to need to be like here, maybe, and then down. We'll just see what happens when we get to that point. We'll hook that up so that if that turns correctly, we're good to go. Doesn't really matter as long as we can get the rest of this thing to turn the direction we want it to turn. Okay, now I'm stuck in a hole. Let me out. Alright, so all that kind of fun stuff is done. What we're going to do now is we're going to take a couple of hoppers. We're going to place those down. I'm going to put some chests on top of them so that we can keep things kind of full. Chest, where did you go? I love how the gearbox and the chest is almost the same. So we do those there. You know, actually, it might not be a stupid idea at this point to just... Can I do this, since it's the same thing? And then I'll get my chest back. Where did you go? Thank you. Let's do this. That way we should be able to deliver to that chest and only need one brass funnel. So if you place a funnel on it pointing into it, the mechanical arm can interact with it. Mechanical arms cannot interact with chests, which kind of sucks, but we'll see how that all goes. So let me see. We should have almost everything we need to do. Now we need to fill that thing. So seared melter, seared tank. I'm gonna try to do it maybe right there. Let's see if this will work. Seared melter, you just go wherever, you're fine. We'll put a spout. You can just place a spout and pour it right in, or a faucet and pour it right into a spout, so that works pretty good there. Can I grab one of those? And then we'll place a lever on this spot right there. That way, anything that gets in there, it should take care of it. And then we'll have to feed lava into this, but that's no big deal. So I think on that level of it, I'm going to go ahead and do maybe like this. And then we'll put another funnel just on the side of that hopper. That should be fine. That takes care of that problem. And then we have a whole bunch of filters that we have to set up. So before I even bother messing with the arms, I want to make sure I get all of this correct. So that'll spout, hopefully, deploy, stamp, pick up, cycle it again. So first thing I want to do is we're looking at these circuits. So this thing right here. We're going to need to be able to get silver ingots. So let's get some silver. Silver ingot. Grab and drop. Thank you very much. And that's going to go in that funnel right there. Right there. Right there. Thank you. Then we're going to do copper wire, which is this stuff right there. Nice. Okay. And then you're going to go right there. Cool. Then we're going to need to do, well, whatever it's going to end up being. So it's going to be lapis plates, I think is what those things are called. Yeah, that thing right there. Lapis sheet, excuse me. And then a circuit. Integrated circuit. You go right there. And then this one, we're gonna find out if we can make this work. Take this out, and then I'm gonna put a deny on this so that it's not allowed to dump those back out on the belt. And if I'm careful, it worked. Okay, good. I don't know if this is gonna work. We're gonna find out. So then we need to get a little bit of lava over here and start fiddling with a few of these little things. Let's go. Well, I guess I need to hook this up real quick. Where am I going to power you from this time, my friend? About the same place as always, so we'll do this. And then we'll do a vertical here. And then I will do small gear and a shaft and the arm. Now, programming arms, essentially what you're going to do is you're going to tell it where you want to do things before you put it down. So I want it to pick up from here. I want it to pick up from here. I want it to deposit there. Notice how this changed color. And deposit there. And I want it to deposit here. Double click it and it'll do the same thing that it needs to do. And then you place it down. So now it knows where everything needs to go, and hopefully this will work the first try when we turn the thing on. I need to get power up through this whole mess. So I think we can actually hook on right there. Can I stand on you, brother? No? And then we got to get lava. So I think I can put it perfect. Absolutely perfect. That'll be just nice. Good deal. I want you and you. Dang it. I'm going to have to move the light. That's not what I want to do. Actually, no. Just go past it. It should be fine. Belt to there. I'll go around the other side. Now I'm stuck in my own machine again. Ah, let me out. All right, we're gonna go. We're gonna go this way. So I don't want you. Where's my wrench? 1, 2. So it gets past everything. Hopefully everything spins correctly. Nice. Good deal. Everything's pointed the direction I need it to point. So I want to test something now. We've got all these little parts in here. Is it going to do what I think it's going to do? We're going to put both of those in there. It should put it up in there, and it did split it. Good deal. No, that's not what I wanted you to do. You keep doing that. I don't know why it does that. Basically, what I should be doing is I should have it point at this. I should have this deliver just direct to that funnel instead of this depot. And you know what? We'll test that this time. Some of these have been a little bit wonky, and this one is acting a little bit wonky. Let's get rid of that depot. And then you can pick up, deliver, and do it that way. Yeah? Did it split it evenly? Where did all my wire go? Nice, it did split it evenly. Okay, let's try this again. You go in there and you go in there. Picks it up, puts it up. Oh. Did I lose my filter when I did that? Yes, I did. Dang it. Well, it'll clean up its mess. Alright, so then we need to go ahead and get some lava going and some silver. And then we'll go on. So let me get that sorted real quick. Alrighty, we got lava. I went ahead and put some silver in the thing up here so it can do all the work that it needs to do. So the only thing we need to do left now, I do believe, is put some of these in here. And, well, I don't think we're going to be able to do all of them. So I use, let me see, 2 stacks of copper wire. So circuit. Wow, that sucks. So that's a little over 10, 11, so we'll go ahead and place 11 in here. And then I'll have to go have it make a couple of more wires. If I put those in there, it's working. Sweet. And then it'll place that back in that box and cycle those around until it gets it done. Okay, so sometimes you have to be careful about what you're going to be doing here. If you notice, this one has various tags on the bottom of it. It's already part of a sequence, but because that sequence is this, or I should say, because the filter in here is the same. So if I look at this, this right here is the same as what's in there. It's not having a problem sorting it out. So we're going to need a couple of more pieces of copper, which I should have down here. Think. Oh yeah, plenty more copper. I might run it for a little while and just get rid of it. But we'll at least make a few of them right off the bat. And then I'll place you in here. And then that should go over there and grab it, put it up where it belongs. Thank you. Grab it again. Put it over here where it belongs. Grab that again. I'm kind of liking these because they're all just about 5 wide. They're just perfectly fun little things. And of course, I like this one a little bit better. I might end up moving the power for the arm back through the back because it does look a little bit better doing it this way. So, cool. Nice. Are we about done? Have we made one yet? I probably shouldn't have put all 11 in there. Whatever. We'll let that roll for a couple of seconds, and then we should have some circuits. Oh, looks like we're finishing up a few of them here. We got maybe 1 or 2 extra that are kind of being a little wonky, but hey, there you go. Yep, we're getting a little bit close. Should be about done. Man, I'm stuck in a hole. I really need to... Most of this we're not going to care about once we get to that point anyway, but we should have a few integrated circuits. Hooray! Integrated circuits. Nice. Let's go through here. This will do eventually. This is going to be no rewards. Love it. So This is, we're going to see how quick we can do this. I don't think we're going to have it possible today, but let's see about maybe that I should be able to just craft. Yeah, let's just go craft one of those real quick. I might be able to get to, again, we might be able to get to that stuff today. So let's see about, what do we need here for this? I'm really interested in this. So we need a red cell battery, which is going to be silver plate, Certus quartz, and wire. Wire is what? I should have some of that laying around, I think. I do have one. How many does it take? 3? 3. Make me a few of those, please. Let's see. Copper. Copper. Ingot straight. Right. Okay. Give me a few of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just do that. That's fine. Start with that. And I think everything else we need should be in the workshop area. So I need a red cell battery, which is going to be Certus quartz and some of those, which I think I put that silver out here. Wow, I'm doing good today. Really doing good today. Give me, well, there's a piece of Certus quartz. We're going to have to do this here fairly soon too. So we'll grab those, and then go ahead and craft a few things because the rubber's in here. But we can grab a bunch of stuff, no big deal. I think that's the only problem with this base right now is all the storage is so spread out that it's kind of a pain, but it'll get better as we do a few other things because eventually, like I said, once we get a little bit of power flowing, we can get into applied energistics, which should allow us to do a few things. So make a few of those. And then make one of those. I need one more piece of Certus quartz. Where did I put the 30th? 30th should be right there. I do have 2 there. I think we're going to need 2 or 3 or 4 of these, right? Something like that. All right. That is this. So 2 red cell batteries. Nice. And then in order to make... What is this being held open by? Huh. I don't know. I gotta make a... Oh. That. That's the problem. Can I make one of those right now? Yes. Thank you. And then we need to make a few more little parts. So I need some iron sheets, a capacitor times 2, and a bunch of stuff. Let me get some more parts together. Okay, I think that should be everything. It was this didn't want to this capacitor, this red cell battery didn't want to select it, didn't want to notice that it was there. So we're now open again. Here we can do something hopefully like that. Boom, bang, boom. Awesome. So that is how we're probably going to have to generate electricity, depending on what you're going to call it, with this mod for a while. So what we'll be able to do is I will be able to say, like right here, turn that like so. Well, we got to turn it around. There it goes. And then now that will be making 3 whole FE a tick, which is absolutely amazing. Unless I come over here and I put it on this one. And now it's making 15. The biggest problem that we're going to have with these is that's using 8,000 stress units right now to make 15 FE a tick. We're going to have to do a little bit more work with that, but yeah, we may end up just setting an entire boiler up just by itself to do nothing but run these things. So we'll see how that all goes. Anyhow, I think for now we'll call that. That should be all the fun stuff that we need to do to get done today. This allows us now to also make more of these, so we can make these fairly quickly, fairly simply. It's just a bunch more stuff. This is when I was like saying, oh my god, how many of these am I going to make? Every single one of these basic displays is going to require one of those, and then every single one of those is going to require 2 of them. So yeah, I'll have to do an awful lot of mining for lapis. Although I do know there should be a way to craft it somewhere. Right. Lazurite dust, gunpowder, and iron nuggets, we can make it, kind of. So we'll have to play around with it. But anyhow, I think that's good enough for now, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.